Mayor Villarreal was not able to attend this evening, so I'll be presiding in his position or place here instead. But again, everybody welcome. This is the agenda of the regular meeting of the City Commissioners of the RGC, Texas. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, and it is 6:21 p.m., and we're in Commissioners' Chambers. At this time, I'll call the form of invocation. I'll ask Commissioner Escobedo, again, if you don't mind, Commissioner, and Commissioner Olivares for the Pledge of Allegiance.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all the blessings that you have given us. We ask that you continue giving us the wisdom and understanding on moving this city forward. We ask that you continue to protect our employees that are out there every single day to service this community, and to give all the employees the necessary strength and health to continue moving forward. We thank you for all the blessings, and we ask that you continue to be in the center of this community, of this city, great city of Rio Grande. We ask all this in your name. Amen.
Amen.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
Under the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God,
one and indivisible.
Thank you, Commissioners. Moving on to item B, roll call final and quorum. Ms. Angela?
Mayor Villarreal, he's absent. Mayor Pro Tem Ramirez.
Here.
Commissioner De Leon.
Here.
Commissioner Olivares.
Here.
Commissioner Escobedo.
Here.
Thank you. Item C, 1C, public forum. Anybody sign up for public forum at this time? Okay, then we'll move on to item 1D, departmental reports. Mr. Castillo?
Mayor Pro Tem, there you have a plaque there for the library.
Okay.
They have received another award. They've done really good every year. Ms. Norma has a great staff, and congratulations to you all. And all her staff, and along with Ms. Norma, Ms. Fulton, are here today. And again, great job, great work, and congratulations on our library and a small amount of staff. So great work.
So the Texas Municipal Library Director Association sent the mayor and the commissioners a letter, and I'll read a couple of paragraphs, again, recognition of our outstanding librarians. It says, Dear Mayor Villarreal, Commissioners, congratulations to the City of Rio Grande City Public Library. On behalf of the Texas Municipal Library Directors Association, I am pleased to inform you that the library has been awarded the 2023 Achievement of Excellence in Libraries Award. The library's application clearly demonstrated their commitment to providing exceptional service to the community of the 545 public library systems in Texas. Your library is one of the only 84 who have earned this year's award. With this honor, your library is now in the top 15%, which is outstanding. Congratulations, ladies, and all public libraries in the state of Texas. So again, I'd like to congratulate our library and the staff, Ms. Bulls and your staff, and if y'all want to join us up here for this plaque. Again, I don't know, Ms. Bulls, you want to say a few words on behalf of your department? You guys have done excellent, but
Good evening, everyone, Mayor Pro Tem and commissioners and guests. We're very proud of our Rio Grande City Public Library. We are among the top 15% of the best libraries in the state of Texas, and it definitely does not happen overnight. It happens with the support of the administration, with the support of our patrons, and the support of my staff. I have Leticia Guerra, has been my assistant for over 27 years. Yolanda Riojas is our children's coordinator. And Elinda Vera has been with us since she was in high school. If you all remember DECA program, that's when she started with us. Yes. And we have Janice Cantu, and our newest member is Kelsey Fleming. Thank you all very much, and I hope you continue to visit us at the Rio Grande City Public Library. We continue to have programs for children, teens, and adults in English and in Spanish. Thank you so much.
we'll stand for a picture. Yes.
And then library. Yeah. Ready, 1, 2, and 3. One more, 1, 2, and 3. One more, actually. I like the first one. Here we go, 1, 2, and 3. Got it.
Thank you.
You want to take this?
Moving on, Mr. Castillo, any other reports, departments?
Does anybody have any, Mr. Rubio has a report for the
Rubio.
weekend events, yes.
Good evening, Commission and special guests and everybody in attendance. 2 things really quickly. This Saturday, we are going to be hosting our Easter at the Park event at the Basilio Villarreal Municipal Park, Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's a completely free event for everybody is welcome to join us. We're going to have an Easter egg hunt, several Easter egg hunts. I did post on our Facebook the age groups and the different categories we're going to have. We're also going to have free food. There's going to be a petting zoo. There's going to be games. All of our departments within the city are participating and hosting a different little activity or game for people that, for all of our attendees. So it's going to be a great event. One of our funnest events that I think we have in collaboration with our friend Guia, the Parks and Rec director. So we're really excited. It's going to be a great event. So that's Saturday. Another thing on Saturday that I actually just found out about, Saturday morning on KRGV News Channel 5, we had some special guests come and interview. I think Commissioner Escobedo was able to talk to her as well. Trista Castillo. She came, she's from the segment Take 5, and she talked to Miss Kathy Rubio, who is one of my favorite city employees.
Of course.
And Miss Aminta, who does our trolley tour, and also Miss Yanderi de la Cruz, to kind of just shine a light on our trolley tours, our Main Street program, and our Kelsey Bass Museum. The segment is going to air Saturday morning at 10:30 a.m., so everybody set your DVR. Because I know we're all going to be at the Easter at the Park event. So that's what's happening this weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rubio. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you for your hard work, ma'am.
There's one more thing, real quick. We have our market days happening also on Saturday evening from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the Britton Avenue Kiosco. It's going to be a great event. We have over 40 vendors. I think we have even more than that. We're gonna have a packed house. It's gonna be fun. Come on out, shop local. There's gonna be music, Grupo Revolucion. Did I say that? Yeah. There's gonna be food. Just come out and support everybody in attendance. It's gonna be a fun day.
Awesome.
Saturday's gonna be fun.
Thank you, Ms. Rubio. A lot of great things happening. Yes, thank you.
And I just have to mention that for everybody to look at the real review, there's a bunch of stuff that we do on a daily. A lot of stuff is on here. There's events almost every week throughout the city and the departments that follow our Facebook pages, and you'll catch up with what's going on. There's a lot. So
Yes, thank you.
yes, sir. Anybody else have any report?
Mr. Flores.
Good evening, Commissioner and Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to give a brief update. We have McGuire, an update on our maintenance on our tanks.
Okay.
We're going to have McGuire actually set up today. They're going to start maintenance, doing a rehab maintenance on the La Lomas booster tank. So hopefully weather permits tomorrow. They're going to start with that, with the maintenance and everything for that. And I also wanted to share a logo that we've been working with the department. So I have actually copies. So our new logo, hopefully,
There won't be a disruption in services to Las Lomas with that service?
there will be no disruption in service. We currently have a bypass through that right now, so we're working it out. So once we're done with that, our next goal is obviously to work on the standpipe in Las Lomas.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's just something we've been working out with the ladies, been helping out the billing department to present a new logo for the PUD department.
Mr. Flores, we're working on different ways of, so they won't interrupt the water service when they're doing all that maintenance. So he's been working on it for a while, and I think they got it down, so we shouldn't have any problems with the water service.
All right. Thank you very much. Any questions?
The purpose of this logo is you want us to consider approving
Yes.
this logo?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If you all want to add anything.
Or anything that you
think
updated
something's
or-
missing.
It's beautiful.
Well, it looks great. I mean, it kind of complements the city logo with the background.
Thank you.
I like that road runner.
There's a lot of input from a lot of our staff and workers and stuff, and, you know.
So we'll give Mr. Castillo authorization to, I guess, discuss the final product with you. And
All right.
yeah, you have our blessing to approve
Thank
the
you.
logos presented.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Very nice.
Thank you, Mr. Flores.
Great work, sir.
Anybody else, department reports? No? Okay. Not, we'll move on to item 2, consent agenda. Item 2A, B, and 2A, I'm sorry, 2A and 2B, approval of minutes from the previous meetings.
I so move.
Okay, I got a motion to approve and a second by approval from Commissioner Escobedo and a second by Commissioner Olivares. If in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Item 3, resolutions. Item 3A, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve Resolution 2024-08, a resolution authorizing the City of Rio Grande City on behalf of the Deputy City Manager to approve submission and acceptance of a grant for routine airport maintenance, ramp grant at the Rio Grande City Municipal Airport for fiscal year 2023 in an amount not to exceed $100,000 and authorizing compliance with the grant terms and providing an effective date. Mr. Castillo?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, Assistant Fire Chief Galvan will give you all some information on this, but this is another board that we have on the airport board, and like all the boards that we have serving for the city, you know, they've done a really good job researching and trying to get funding for the airport to move it forward. And this resolution is for that. I'll let Mr. Galvan touch up on that one and what it's for.
Okay, Mr. Galvan?
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners. We're requesting this resolution number for the approval for the ramp grant for maintenance, and basically it's to repair the beacon and runway lights.
Okay.
We have some board members here from the advisory board, if you have some questions for them.
Yes, who do we have here? Who's going to present?
Olivares?
Mr. Olivares? Welcome, sir. So you want to specify more on this, exactly the work to be done to the airport or the improvements?
I have other members here of the board with me.
Okay, welcome, everybody. Yes, thank you. You guys have been extremely busy, and I appreciate you guys' hard work and, again, time. Because I know that this airport had been neglected for a long time, but again, with your help, we're trying to, I guess, bring it back to life. So again, thank you.
Hey, good evening, City Commission and everybody in attendance. And so for the ramp grant, just as previously discussed by Assistant Chief Galvan, it's for $100,000 with a 90-10 split for routine maintenance. And what we're looking at for right now for this fiscal year is going to be replacing our beacon, which needs to be replaced. I think we're going anywhere between 15 to 20, 30 years. So we're looking at a replacement for a beacon. Also our runway lights, I think we have maybe 50 runway lights and only 20 of them have been recently replaced. So we're looking at pumping all that money into there. Next year, the grant resets and we're eligible for it again. Recently, up until this previous year, it was always at a 50-50 split. This year it shifted to a 90-10 in our favor, right? So we're gonna continue going on with it. The last time Rio Grande City Airport ever used it was 1996.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you all for your work.
Thank you for
We appreciate that. Any comments or questions for Mr. Olivares?
Just basically, you know, I remember seeing you when you all started, and it's awesome that we have such a great committee that is so excited and working hard. And I've seen every single one of you work so hard, and I just want to commend you for such a great job, sir. Thank you very much, and every single one of you.
Mr. Olivares, what is the timeline for this grant as far as receiving those monies?
So this is a reimbursable grant, and as long as we don't start any projects no later than August 1st, we should be able to close out before the next fiscal year, sir.
And reimbursable at 90%?
90%. So we just match our 10%.
10%.
Yes, sir. With a total not to exceed $100,000.
Very good.
I so move.
One question, is the beacon, does it work? It doesn't work right now at all?
Yes, it's
Oh, it's still working, okay.
Yes, but it will be replaced with a brand new LED light. Moving our airport further along to try to, not get us on par with everybody, but in the right direction.
So this will be the first phase in the improvements?
Oh,
What will
yes,
be the
sir.
next,
Yes, sir.
The next phase?
So this is, this grant right here is called the RAMP grant, and it resets every year. There's another grant that, once we get our feet wet with this one, that we'll be moving forward. It is an AWAS grant for a weather device that other airports use.
Okay.
Right now, the nearest place, if I'm not mistaken, to get that reading is McAllen,
McAllen.
for anybody that wants to land here. Moving forward, that grant is a 24-month grant with a planning phase and an execution phase. And that grant right now is like also at a 90-10, but that grant goes up to anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000.
Excellent, excellent. Okay. I believe we already have a motion for approval. Second. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Congratulations, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
for your
Appreciate
service. Yes, thank you. Moving on to item 3B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to adopt resolution 2024-09 and chapter 380 EDC, Economic Development Agreement between the City of RGC and GCS Development. Mr.
Yes,
Castillo?
good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Commission. We discussed this item in our EDC meeting, and we're bringing it to the city for a resolution and acceptance of the 380 agreement between the City of Rio Grande and GCS.
GCS.
And this is for the 13 acres at the St. Ives development next to Tractor Supply.
Yes.
Does this item need to be discussed in executive, or are we going to discuss
No,
it?
this has already been approved at the EDC meeting, and we are now passing it as a resolution with our city so that we can move forward with executing that contract.
Very well. So again, for the public's information, again, this is 13 acres out there in St. Ives, where we're happy to announce that we're going to be having a new restaurant, IHOP,
Yes.
come into our community pretty soon. And of course, other retail stores and some other good stuff coming in. So again, we're excited for this developer to come in and develop the 13 acres. But first and foremost, I think they're ready to come in to start up that IHOP and some retail stores. So
Yes,
again,
so the IHOP will be built first, and the rest of the 13 acres will be developed soon after.
excellent, very good. Well, I think that we have heard enough of this at the prior meeting. So again, I entertain a motion when you guys are ready. Got a motion by Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. Moving on to item 4A, first reading of ordinance number 2024-02, an ordinance amending the City of RGC's ordinances, adding Chapter 18, Records Management, providing definitions, declaring records as public property, providing a policy for city records, designating a records management officer, providing for a records management plan, providing for duties of records management officer, providing for the establishment of records control schedules and implementation schedules, providing for the repeal of ordinances in conflict, and providing for a severability clause. Mr. Castillo.
Yes, Ms. Solis?
Yes. Good afternoon,
Solis.
Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioners. Before you, we have the first reading of ordinance number 2024-2. The purpose of this ordinance is to establish clear guidelines for how the City of Rio Grande City manages its records. It includes definitions, outlines, and establishes policies for the management of these records. Additionally, it also designates the records management officer who will oversee and implement the policies and will make sure that, everything's in compliance. This ordinance aims to streamline our record-keeping process, ensure transparency, and comply with the legal requirements. Once again, this is only the first reading, so any recommendations are welcomed.
So who specifically is going to be
You-
providing these definitions and, or,
For the commission's information, really what it's doing is it's adopting, we've actually got a commission in the state of Texas, and it's called the Texas State Library and Archives Commission for
Oh, my
Local
gosh.
Governments. And so what they've done is, we're not reinventing the wheel here. It incorporates what are their policies and procedures, and so this is a wraparound ordinance.
excellent.
Do we need a motion, or is it?
It is motion to approve the first reading.
The first reading. Okay.
So move.
A motion by Commissioner Escobedo. Second by Commissioner De Leon. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising right hand. Motion passes. Okay, moving on to item 4B, first reading of ordinance number 2024-03, an ordinance of the City's Council of Rio Grande City, Texas, to officially recognize the name an alley running north to south between North Fairplan Road and North Lincoln Street, extending from North Canales Street down to Columbus Street, providing for two formal readings and setting forth provisions for adoption. Mr. Castillo?
Yes, sir. This is the first reading for an alley, the alleyway that's between Lincoln and Fairgrounds, off of 3rd Street.
Okay.
And this alleyway, I think they were having problems getting, receiving their mail and services, so they needed to get named the alleyway, and so we get an address for that location. And I know that they have a suggestion on the name, and there's a second reading for this alleyway to be named. So I think, I think it's a lot of family there, right?
Yeah, it's one family. I think they're asking that it be named after who was the matriarch or one of the first owners of the homes that had moved into that area.
That makes sense.
It's all one family.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So what would that name be? Is it here?
Cleo's name. Her name was Cleo.
Cleo's name? First name Cleo?
Cleo Tinda, yes, sir.
Doesn't that go all the way to our Boys and Girls Club that's going to be?
Yes,
is it-
correct. That's Ben's area over there where he did more or less.
Of Canales and
So
Fairgrounds.
it's not Fairgrounds then, it's
No, it's in the middle of Fairground and Lincoln. It's an alleyway in the back.
The alleyway.
Where the store's at?
Behind the little store that's there?
behind.
Yeah, right before you get.
And it goes
The
right
alleyway
straight
that
to our building, right?
So currently these residents don't receive mail at their property?
Not to any specified road name, which is why they're having
If it's
issues.
an alley.
This is
commission may
the same
recall.
alley that we previously discussed.
They addressed, I
Yes,
think they
I
came
remember.
to open session.
They did.
remember.
Yeah, that was some time back, okay.
Yeah. So once we put a name, does that mean that it becomes a street?
It becomes a street and it should be recognized. We should send it to fire,
911.
yeah, fire and
911,
police and 911, yeah.
Got it. Okay, this is
Got it.
important, sure.
And Mr. Milan's here if you have any questions on what else that street would do for the
How wide is
property
that
owners.
street?
That's a good question. That's an issue that I think the city had asked before because they had offered at one point paving. The residents declined at that time because they would have to give up a certain, the machines wouldn't be able to pave it. So they said,
'Cause
hey,
it's very
we can
narrow.
get a name on it. That's what the
What
ordinance
about
said, let's get a
putting
name on it for now.
the
Millings.
millings in that particular?
I think we already did some of
Already
that,
did some of that?
Commissioner, yes. I believe we already did.
Is it wide enough for two cars, Mr. Lee?
No,
No.
it's not. It's just like a one.
It's just an alley.
Basically, if I may, good afternoon, Mayor Pro Tem. It's for the emergency purposes of the people living in the alley. These homes have been there since before the incorporation of the city. They've been there, I believe, since the 60s or 70s, if I'm not mistaken. Something obviously is not allowed under modern subdivision rules, but due to the services needed, there's a need to make this alley so that it can get not only mail, but in emergency response, so the police can get. But it's an alley, it's just an
It's an alleyway.
Okay, so that was my question or my concern. What would the city be required to do now as far as upgrades are concerned, as far as paving or
Well-
any other upgrades now that it becomes city streets?
Like Mr. Peña said, we offer.
But not, well, alley.
Yeah,
It's an alley.
An alley. You can have a name, but it's still an alley,
Okay,
due to the offer to turn it to a street, but then for a street, it needs certain,
With
dimensions, which
dimensions.
obviously due to their homes and additions to their houses, so they cannot donate the additional right of way, so it will remain an alley.
okay.
I think as long as we put those millings, we're gonna be all right, just so it can be clean.
What if we make it one way, where there's, you know, would that help?
It could be,
Well, it's just being used for that particular,
Families,
Residents,
is it
residents.
just- there's not too many residents?
yes. It's, could be like.
7 or
4 5,
8.
And like Mr. Peña said,
Worst case.
they're the same family.
okay. So there's not much traffic then?
No.
Okay.
So you need a motion for us to approve the first reading?
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve the first reading.
Okay, I got a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Yeah, okay, a second to approve item 4B. Everybody in agreement signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Moving on to item 5A, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the approval of expenditures and contracts valued less than $50,000, but more than $5,000 that comply with or are exempt from section 252- .0215 of the local government code.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem, you have some pay applications from our departments. There's GERLAC. Some of these are contract payments. They're still placed on here so you all can review. If you have any questions on any of these items, the directors are here to answer them. This has been reviewed by the directors and by finance, and everything has been approved.
So that's my next question. So there's funding for all these invoices or
Yes, sir.
payments?
Everything is on budget?
Correct, yes. Yes, that's the public safety.
Any questions for Mr. Garcia on this item? If not, I entertain a
I move
motion.
that we approve item
A
5A.
motion by Mr. Olivares, second by Commissioner De Leon. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. 5B, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding the lease agreement for rental premises at 410 East Main Avenue, Suite A and B, in Rio Grande City. Mr. Garcia?
We do have Ms. Maddie here too.
Hey, Ramos, Ms.
Ms.
Ramos,
Ramos.
welcome.
Hi, welcome. Hi, everyone. Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, and everyone here. We are looking to open a restaurant right on Main Street that really caters to the citizens here of Rio Grande and the surrounding areas. So we're looking to creating almost like a one-stop shop that is inclusive of different menu items, having a menu that varies between American food and Mexican cuisine, but also kind of creating an inclusive environment with vegan-friendly options and things of that nature. We recognize that there are a lot of restaurants here in Rio, and there's a lot of fast food chains, but one of our main goals is to kind of create a family-oriented setting by utilizing the Tijerina complex and kind of bringing, people in where you can kind of relax and have tacos, but also have maybe a salad and, maybe just relax and hang out while kind of bringing the community together, enjoying some live music and different forms of entertainment and things like that. So yeah,
Excellent.
I don't know if you have questions.
What would be the name of this restaurant?
There's several names. There's several names that are still up in the air that we haven't really decided on, but we have 3, so hopefully we can cut it down to 1. And yeah.
So who's going to be a chef?
Not me. Not me.
I like the barbecue, but I don't know if he's going to be a chef.
Not me, but.
What time frame are we looking at? Like when do you envision opening?
I would say within the next year or so, kind of get things going, seeing what we can do to kind of make any adjustments that we're needing to make, finalize a more specified menu, creating a menu that's inclusive for everyone. Sometimes you go out and whether you're with your family or just with your spouse, it's like, well, I want this, but I want that, and there's not enough options, right? It's usually, restaurants most days and now are kind of catered to, okay, this is what we sell and that's it. And so we're looking to create something that's a little bit more versatile and,
Would this restaurant be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just breakfast, lunch? Or?
Yes, we're thinking of opening kind of like different times throughout the day, but mostly in the weekends, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, to where we can kind of bring more people in and things like that.
Okay. Ms. Solis, this building is the one that was occupied by the pizzeria?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Perez.
Very good. So are y'all requesting permission also to use the Tijerina
Yes.
patio outside?
Yes.
Okay. Would there be any concerns there, Mr. Peña, as far as that's concerned? Okay. Very good. Any other questions for Ms. Ramos?
No, we're just excited and we're ready for you to open.
Thanks, I'm excited too.
We want to taste the food.
Yes, so thank you.
I so move.
Thank you, Ms. Ramos. Okay,
Do
we
we
got a
need-
motion to approve. And there's a second by Commissioner De Leon. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes, and again, congratulations. Very good. Moving on to item 5C, discussion, consideration, possible action on the scoring and authorization to enter into agreement for bond counsel for the Texas Water Development Board EDAP project.
Mayor Pro Tem, on these, on item C and D, if nobody objects, we'd like to address those after executive.
Okay.
And move them down to the end.
Okay.
So this was C and D.
Yes.
So we'll table these until after executive.
Okay.
Everybody has a concern?
No.
No?
No
Okay.
problem.
Very good. So with that being said, move on to item 6A, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding surplus and auction of city non-real estate property.
Yes, sir. The police department has some vehicles that they're going to be auctioning off, and they're old vehicles. They're not in good condition anymore. Just get them out of our surplus.
And those are police units or old police units?
They're old police units, yes.
And those all get stripped, I'm assuming, before
Yes,
they
sir.
get sold?
Correct, yes. They get stripped all equipment, lights, and striping. And some of the old animal control vehicles and some of the oldest cars that we have.
Is there certain criteria, Chief, before we put them up to surplus as far as the mileage or the wear or the year, model? I mean, what criteria do y'all use to put those vehicles up to surplus?
Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioners, really, it's more of the cost of the maintenance. When it starts becoming a type of vehicle that keeps breaking down, it's costing us a lot more to keep it up and running than just to sell it in through auction. So this is why we need to get these vehicles taken care of. Most of the vehicles that are being auctioned off, we replaced some of the animal control trucks. So those trucks have been taking a lot of maintenance lately, so we need to retire them.
Okay, all right, very good. Any other questions for Chief?
Nope.
If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve.
I so move.
A motion to approve, second. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Item 6B, discussion, consideration, and possible action to approve a promotional expense for fireworks show at the 2024 Rio Grande City Freedom Fest. Ms. Rubio.
Hello. After doing a little bit more research after last month's meeting, it is the staff recommendation that we go ahead and approve the contract for the Pyro Shows of Texas.
Those are the ones that have been doing it for the last couple years, or
Yes.
the other competitors?
No. These are the
The
same people that we went with last year, the year before that, and previous years. And they do a great show, so.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other concern? There a motion to approve, Commissioner De Leon?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Olivares. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Thank you, Ms. Rubio.
Thank you.
Item 6C, discussion, consideration, and possible action on the approval of allowance expenditure authorization number 4 for project 2020-08. Is that 0 or 06? For public safety building. Mr. Castillo?
Ms. Baez?
Ms. Diaz?
This allowance expenditure will not increase the contract. This is to have our elevator for the new public safety building there at the site. As we're waiting for the AP to finish their work, we will have to pay this $3,500 to the company to come and connect it. It was either this or have them at their warehouse with a $2,000 a month lease, and then getting on schedule to bring it to the facility once we would have the power. So we feel that it's best to have it right here, right now, and then just as soon as AP is done, it gets installed. And so, like I say, it's part of the allowance. There is no increase to the contract.
Very good. What's the timeline, Ms. Diaz, to finish that project there?
The contractor is having problems acquiring some material. And if any of you have been by there lately, they are completing the whole inside division. They've even started the plastering. And also the networking cabling has been going on. The rain has delayed on the outside work for some paving in the entrance. But we do have a completion date that was approved through the last change order for April 20th. I don't feel they're going to meet it. They are requesting rain days, which they have now documented, and we will be reviewing and discussing them tomorrow to present at the next council meeting. But it looks like it's going to be after April, sir.
Okay.
We were looking to move in June, get a substantial completion by April 20th, do the punch list in May, moving in June. But it looks like it's going to delay maybe a couple of months later.
They have advanced a lot, but he did mention somewhere in June. So
Yes.
I just hope it'll be done by June. It's a beautiful building.
It is.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah.
But you know what, I think I'd rather just make sure that the building is done well, so. Yeah.
Claro.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Yep.
Thank you.
So do we need, is this
An action item?
an action item?
Yes.
I so move.
Okay, got a motion to approve item 6C. I got a second. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Moving on to item 7A, discussion and possible action on approval for voluntary annexation by Jorge and Mary Maria Falcon, DBA Alcan Developments LLC. Ms. Bess?
So we've been working together on several annexations. This is ready to go because it is a voluntary annexation. You had already taken the action on the petition. At the last meeting, we presented the agreement that our city attorney had kind of worked with the developer, the owner of the property. And there was still an item, so that was tabled. Since then, they have met and agreed. So as part of the annexation, this agreement needs to be part of the process. I don't know if you want to further explain some of the changes, Mr. Peña?
Yeah, I'll weigh in. So the agreement came before the commission. It was a special meeting. Just for the record, it was January 30th. At that time, it was under agenda item 6A. And so representatives of the developer showed up and they requested a last-minute addition to the agreement. So at their request, it was tabled. There was some back and forth with their legal. We panned it out. So what we have before you is the final agreement as approved by both parties. I've reviewed it. It's kosher. And so as Ms. Baez had pointed out earlier, that there's a three-step process. The first one is the petition. The second is the voluntary agreement. And then once approved, the third step in the process would be setting this matter for a public hearing, which will work with the city secretary if this is approved here today.
Can you remind me the property again? Which one is it?
This one is the property on Eisenhower.
This is on West Eisenhower Road and Fairgrounds, the southwest corner.
It was cleaned recently.
Yeah.
How many acres is that? Mr.
70.
Lam? 70 acres? Yeah, it's a
Yes.
big property out there.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're very well clear. Mr. Falcon did a good job and
It
knocking
is
out all the
already-
brush and all that.
It's already partially, part of it is inside the city limits. I think almost half of it.
The plans are for subdivision? sir?
Yes, subdivision, both are retail, commercial, and residential.
And this is already, it has all city services surrounding it. So basically, there are no expenses to bring any of that.
Okay. Very good. Any other questions for Mr. Milano, Ms. Benz at this time? If not, I'd like to I'm sorry, go ahead.
I move that we approve.
Okay, I got a motion to approve. Second, Commissioner De Leon, hereby an agreement signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Item 8, executive session under chapter 551, Texas Government Code, section 551.071. We're going to executive session now, and that is 6:58. At this time, we're back from executive session. It's 7:45 PM. Item 9A, no action. Item 9B, discussion, consideration, and possible action regarding several legal and real estate matters.
I so move as discussed in executive session.
A motion? Second. A second by Commissioner Olivares. Brandon Agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Item 9C, no action. Item 10, adjournment. Before we do that, any more announcements?
We have to do item C and D.
Oh, yes, that is correct. Yes, we forgot about that. We need to go back to the items that we pushed back, which is item 5C and 5D. Can we take those together or individually? Individually?
I would take them individually.
Okay, so item 5C, discussion, consideration, and possible action on the scoring and authorization to enter into agreement for the bond council for the Texas Water Development Board EDAP project.
Okay, for the bond council, we have a total score for Winstead PC, it's 588. Norton Rose Fulbright, 493. Jackson Walker LLP, 501. With the highest score is Winstead PC.
Okay, so the motion will be to approve the person with, or Winston, the person with the highest.
That was a high score.
The firm with the
That was
highest
the
score.
highest score.
Okay, so at this time I'll entertain a motion to
So
approve.
moved.
I'll second.
Winston with the highest score. So we got a motion, Commissioner Olivares, second by Commissioner Escobedo. If in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Moving on to item 5D, discussion, consideration, and possible action on the scoring and authorization to enter into agreement for financial advisor for TWDB EDAP project. Ms.
Okay,
Angela?
the total score for the financial advisor, we have Tijerina Galvan Lawrence LLC, a total score of 598.
Okay.
And we have Jackson Walker with a total score of 495.
Okay,
So
very good.
Tijerina Galvan is the highest score.
The high score.
I move that we approve Tejerina Galvan.
Motion. I second. Second by Commissioner De Leon. Everybody in agreement, signify by raising your right hand. Motion passes. Very good. So now we can move on to item 10, but before we do that, any other announcements that we need to, Commissioner? I know that Ms. Rubio already announced all the events that are happening this weekend, right? The Easter egg hunt at the park.
Market
and
days.
Market days, and I know there's a lot of things going on, but those two especially are the ones that stood out to me. So again, invite all the public, all the kids, go out there and enjoy a great event happening this weekend. So with that being said, anybody else have any other announcements? Okay. Good job to all the staff for all the hard work, and again, thank you all. So with that, item 10, adjournment.
I so move.
Your motion, need a second?
Second.
At this time, this meeting is adjourned at 7:48. Thank you all so much.